All right, a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Wednesday, October 2nd, second day of Major League Baseball postseason action. We'll cover it here in just a few moments. I always wonder why on some days the views are down of our great little show. And then I remember I just sat there waiting for the start of the show and forgot to tweet it out or send it out or put it on different forms of social media. I got to wake up to that. How are we going to get our little community growing if I don't contribute and do my part? So thanks to you guys for stepping in here and joining us for the show today on another light show for the most part. We're going to talk Major League Baseball, of course, today with our continuing MLB playoffs. How about yesterday? Hey, we swept the board here on the show. At least it's our MLB picks on the morning steam yesterday with our under in the Detroit game. We had the under in the Royals game. We had the over in the Mets game. We had the under in the Padres game. And, well, we split the premiums, so maybe we should reverse those a little bit, it feels like. But not bad. Sweeping the board here on our totals in Major League Baseball yesterday. Hope to have some more free winners here. And, LFSD, or I got to get it LFGSD, as we say in San Diego. I can't screw up the hashtag. Also, a WNBA yesterday. We'll take a time off here after our first two games of the series last night, but we saw some pretty exciting action. The Liberty holding on to beat the Aces. We might have pushed there for the most part. Maybe some people got a cover in that one with the Liberty and that victory there. We took the Aces here on the show with the consensus. Felt like we had it right. Just a tough game, close game, landed right on the number. We're gambling, no big deal. We did sweep that game, though, the late game with Connecticut and Minnesota. We gave out Minnesota here on the show, and our premium play was on the under there. So hope you guys did well in that. And hey, how about Champions League coverage? You know, we're going to go back at it today after an 8-2 record here on the show yesterday, including the sweep with Brest and the over against Salzburg. And, of course, Sub gave out that BTTS on the Stuttgart game, and that was a great call, 1-1. I tried to go over. That was one of the few losses that we had here on the show, but we had the over in the Dortmund game here on the show. We had Inter, of course, to roll. We did give out Man City to roll. They certainly did that. We had the over in the Barcelona game here on the show. We did have the over in Leverkusen. That didn't work out, but we did have Leverkusen as a premium pick in that game. We also gave out that BTTS on the Lisbon PSV game with a little help from our friends. And the under in PSG and Arsenal comes through as well. Premiums, though, had a couple pushes in there, actually. Everybody knows I like to play a little money line. I like to play a little Asian handicap. So keep posted here. We'll try to come at it today in the Champions League with a 9-game card. So if you're looking for stuff to bet on, it's Major League Baseball pretty much today and maybe some Champions League. And there's a big MLS card tonight for sure. 14 games. I don't know if we're going to preview them here, but I'll have some kind of card going out on the MLS tonight with the light card. And 5 games on the ice in NHL preseason. We sent out a pick on every game yesterday with the free subscribers, and we went 5-3. So that wasn't too bad, including the late sweep with Vegas on the road and Utah on the road for a couple of late winners here as we get close to the start of the season. Buffalo will open up. There's a 2-game European Series style game to open up the season here, and then we get underway in about, I think, 6 days with the rest of the NHL card, and we're ready for NBA preseason as well, starting on Friday, but we'll be at it with football tomorrow, of course, with our NFL game tomorrow. Going to be awesome with Tampa Bay taking on Atlanta. Obviously, with the way those two teams are going and the division being hot and up for grabs here at this point, and a couple of games in college football as well. Take a moment and say hello to our team of Chat All-Stars today and see who's here. Joe T's ready to go. Hey, what's Joe? Hopefully he can get us some Champions League action here. I did actually see the guys last night on the show with the Contender Series action and a good card last night. I think we saw 5 contracts given out, including the obvious one there yesterday. So I hope you guys were able to check out the show last night. I know one man who was there was Skunt Blaster, and he gave out Alvarez. You know what? I gave out Alvarez too, mostly because I said, well, I like Alvarez, and I remember Skunt was on it last night. So I sent it out as a premium. So don't mind me, Skunt. I only follow some of the best handicappers in the world sometimes to help me make my pick, and we won with that incredible match just finished about a half an hour ago at the China Open. Hopefully you saw it, because it was a thriller. Skunt, unfortunately, he's just waking cash. He doesn't know the drama that went down. Not any kind of tennis drama, unless you just like great play with great shots and a tremendous battle between the two, I don't know, superstars of tennis with Alvarez and Sinner. Yeah, there's still some other guys on the radar a little bit, and there's still some legends on the map, but let's just say tennis, like I said at the end of the match, tennis is in good hands with Alvarez and Sinner. What a match today from Beijing, and it was just tremendous. We did have that winner to make up for a couple of tough ones, actually. Sabalenka drilled Madison Keys, and I also lost going against Andreeva with Lynette. But coming up right now, in fact, I think this match is underway here, possibly. It's going to be now in just a few minutes with Anisimova and Qinwen Zhang. I've got a pick in that one on a premium. I'll just say right now, since I've already dropped to at plus 4.5 games, I am going to try Anisimova here against Qinwen Zhang. It's going to be tough in Beijing, but I'm going to go with it here for sure and try the underdog again and try to even my ledger on the night. So couldn't win them all here with all these sports. Try to come through. Tennis has been strong. So, hey, Dave's here today as well. He says he loved the Tatis home run. Man, isn't Tatis? He's looking pretty, he's almost as jacked as I am these days with his muscles, man. Fernando Tatis playing long ball, and you see him before the games. I mean, I don't know, wink, wink, right? Fernando Tatis going long last night for our Padres, Dave, and he says the Sharps are going to jump on the Mets bandwagon. I think I'm going to jump on the Mets bandwagon here a little bit with the way they performed yesterday with the 8-4 victory there. Hey, hello to Irish King. He also racked it up yesterday in Major League Baseball. Dave says, what did Von Miller get suspended for? Well, Dave, last year Von Miller was accused in a domestic violence situation that required a court hearing. I believe it actually came down to maybe there was actually a deal struck. I think, I don't want to be wrong on this one, but for some reason the NFL has waited this long to make the suspension. So maybe they just said, hey, Vaughn, when's it going to be convenient for you? And he said, hey, how about the middle of the season? I could play a few games and then you can give me my suspension and then I'll just come back after a few more games. That's what it looks like. I don't know. I mean, I tried to read some of the stories about it, try to see why, if you're really serious about it, why wouldn't, and now there had to be maybe some legal issues to it, but it does seem the timing just doesn't make much sense here. Some people were saying on, the old X machine that, why would you wait this long? Well, what are you going to do? Suspend him when it happened in November or whenever it was? So, all right. And here says, says, can the Dogs do it again in Major League Baseball today as the 3 road teams won the games yesterday? Detroit, Kansas City, and the Mets. Hey, I'll tell you what, we did have Kansas City here on the show. As I said, I think I may have said we had the under, but we had Kansas City as our pick on the show. It was a winner, obviously, and the premium was on the under. But look, for Kansas City to be able to beat Corbin Burns, who was obviously on his game. Raggins, too. I mean, we know he's had moments of brilliance this season and a great season, certainly. But to see these 3 road teams open up with the wins there, to make it clear, I was on Houston yesterday in that first game. I'm on Houston. I have Houston in a future. actually, and I also have Kansas City in a future. So these were just different futures bets I made during the season. We're ahead of the line, certainly. I have Houston at 18-1. I think generally they're about 13-1 right now, following yesterday's loss. And Kansas City, I've got it 40-1, and right now they are 15-1. So I got to feel good about that futures bet there as well. Not ready. I'm not going to be playing any other futures. I already have a Phillies future right now that I'm riding on. They're down to 9-2, and I have them at 11-1. So I'm real happy with that position as well. And of course, my position with Cleveland at 40-1, and they're currently 11-1. Of course, those two teams haven't started yet. So, hey, it's going to be a money-making postseason for me. I did fail on a couple of futures that have gone by the wayside with Arizona. I've had a futures play on Arizona, and they didn't even make the playoffs. I thought they were going to make it. Lando's here today. Here's my right-hand man, my Ed McMahon. It's Thomas Lewis says, good morning to the team. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money Network, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Thanks to Mikey M for letting me be a part of the growth here, and thanks to you guys for finding me over here. It's been over a month now here, and I think we found a home to do what we want. And I've talked to Mike about trying to expand more coverage. Look, I'd like to get some other. We got some great channels out there with some great hosts. I want to fill this channel up with programming and make it a real destination. We're already doing it thanks to you guys, and you guys are all over the place on other channels too. It's not about that, but I'm thinking trying to add some more content, maybe coming on occasionally during the day to try to bring us some more updates or something, more videos and content here on the Sports Money Network. You can always float us a DM or something if you want to be involved. We're definitely open to listening to everyone and want to make you a special part of it. So I don't speak for Mike necessarily, but I know our goals are kind of the same, to make this a great destination. You see all the top hosts that we have gathering already with the group. It's pretty cool. You see him last night on the MMA programming here. And we do have a UFC card this weekend. I previewed it last night with my guy, VB, so you can check this out on YouTube already. We're going to get first strike here going in just a couple of days, but we're going to produce my content, my MMA content, a little bit earlier. You can catch it here on YouTube by searching Ramon Scott and VB MMA picks. We went over 3 fights last night, including that main event this weekend in Utah that is going on between Alex Pereira and Khalil Roundtree. Pereira, the knockout master here, big, almost a $5 favorite. But we're going to preview a few different ways with VB and, of course, George Gennaro of Narrative Nation. So please check out my MMA programming here as we get ready for the weekend as well. But I'll be here every day with you guys on the morning steam. All right, 1K's here today. Thank you for all of your support. And here we go. Well, who else we got here? Robert's here this morning. Good morning, John Schall. He's fired up about the Mets. And hey, after I took the Brewers yesterday, I might be fired up on Sean Manaea here. It feels like here's Justin. I don't know if I'm on Justin's good side or bad side at this point. I know our rivalry is good-spirited, and I know for once, and the Padres have, you know what? The Padres have had some postseason issues with the Braves once or twice, and I know that if, Justin knows that they are the underdog at this point, but they're going to have Max Fried today, so we'll see what happens. And Skunt says he's on Kenwin saying, yeah, I got you. I went with dogs today, Skunt, a little bit in some of these matches. I didn't do anything with the men yet. Well, I did. That a lot of the men's matches, but I really just sent out the what I thought were the key matches last night that maybe people were more interested in. Got to maybe get down to some other action. Justin said all the dogs, but the Braves, yep. And let's see here, Markel. He said, cash that over 3.5 in that Celtic game yesterday. And what happened? I only had a couple losers. yesterday, and I tried to get cute with Celtic there yesterday and said, "Hey, this was my premium, but at least we had the over Dortmund." Yeah, maybe Celtic. Look, they haven't had great success in the Champions League. I understand that, but we also haven't seen a Celtic team that's kind of doing some of the things. Now, maybe we had. So, all right, let's see who else we got. Hey, all right, here. Let's see. Got JPZ here today. Thank you. Also, and I think, yeah, Scott, you've been awesome. No doubt about it. I think you are part of the team here at this point for sure. And you have a great magnetic presence, certainly on cam. And Jerry Davis is here today. And yeah, you know what? I was a little bit frustrated with the, Aces and the Liberty. I went under as my premium pick there yesterday. Going under, of course, a lot of these WNBA games. See what happens here, especially in these second halves. A little bit happened again yesterday for sure. No reason now not to even think that, under second halves. I don't have the statistics on them, quite frankly. But look, I mean, yesterday, what was the total there at halftime? The projected total 157, 158 in the Sun Lynx game after in the Aces, in the Sun Lynx game. I think I could have was a total low score. I 1-6. That's wrong. Whatever I just said about that number, it was a ridiculous score at halftime in that second game. Actually, Lucky Power, hello, love when Nunya's here as well. And Justin and I, this is it for us. It'll take us a good 4 or 5 days to get over this one, whoever goes. But I know that everyone really is giving the Padres a big chance right now. I know all the talking heads, even the mainstream media, certainly. You know what? That's why, it's like kind of like the old presidential, vice presidential debate last night, right? The mainstream media, but no doubt there's a little bit different between them and us, meaning these one-off channels that you see on YouTube. It feels like a little bit. That's why you watch this program, this style of programming. Especially I love the very popular gambling channel out of here, Las Vegas, but I don't know what's happened to them, quite frankly. They've just gone haywire with they're trying to be like the talking heads and not talking about games and stats and picks and stuff like that. What's going on with that big time channel? I can't even watch it half the time. There's basically 4 guys I like right now. All right, let's see who else. Great comments in there from Jerry and from Irish King as well. So thank you, but we'll get started with the show. Sancho as well. And Terrell says Brett Saberhagen would have liked yesterday's Kansas City game. All right. Oh, Peasy, that's true. That's true. And am I actually being swayed in one of the games here by what I saw yesterday? I'll get to my picks in just a moment. But if you'll allow me the moment to talk about my picks here on my subscription here with Winnable. If I can bring that up here and just pass along, you can follow me along. I'm going to give you some free picks here, certainly in the next couple of minutes, but you can follow me over at winnable.com. This is how you follow Ramon, basically, throughout the day. Let me see that here. I think I have that. Whoops. I think did I delete it? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So follow me over here at Winnable and get my picks every day. For basically just paying for the labor here pretty much. I got I'm going to have several plays today, but you could just check them out over here. Basically, it's just me sitting around, putting the plays in, giving you a show and everything. So really appreciate any support you have for me, and you get a bunch of picks here. Look, here are the picks. There's that Alcaraz pick. Thanks to Skunt. There's that tennis. Didn't come in too strong, huh? Here's the NHL. Sent one out for every game last night. Like I said, 5-3 record. You see, it's getting some good views there. Thanks to all the subscribers as well. You see, 40 views on these premium picks. Yeah, we split those. We split those yesterday. That Champions League that was there. I think we went 1, 2, and 2 with the premiums. The free picks were better. It feels like. yesterday. But there's how you can view all the picks that we give out here with my coverage over at Winnable. You can set your notifications, so as soon as I send them out, I try to make sure we get everything out there within maybe an hour before game time. Sometimes there's going to be some late breaking action. Sometimes we want to get it out there early, but if you set the notifications, you'll get all the plays from me, and it's very, very inexpensive. Like I said, why not just sign up with me here, for a month and check it out for $20? Basically, you're just me putting in the plays, and that's what it's all about. All right. Appreciate you listening to that. Use the promo code STEAM to get all my picks here on the Winnable app. Tout Life, hashtag Tout Life, hashtag LFGSD. All right. Appreciate that, everyone, for listening. And want to say hello to Chad here today. And Ricky Bobby in the chat. He's a member of the Sports Money Network. All right. And we got Old E in here today. I'm about that tout life. Never leaving it, Chad. I want to be the old days. I know you're a little younger than me, but the guys screaming on Saturday morning. I'm still that. I want to be that guy, man. I had 900 numbers back in the day, selling my picks on. You'd call the 900 number. I'd make the recording, and I'd, pay me like, I don't know, 900. I had a $5 line, I had a $10 line, and I had a $25 line for my best picks. I'd be screaming into the phone like those guys. All right, appreciate it, gang. And let's take a look now at our coverage for Major League Baseball today. Yeah, I know it's funny, right? No doubt, Chad. This is the world champion Ramon Scott, and right now on my heavy hitter hotline, I've got for you 5 big plays for Sunday. Thank you, Terrell. And want to say hello and welcome to a new viewer here, Patrick, in the chat. Welcome to Patrick. Nice to have you. New viewer. He's actually a member here of the channel. All right. Hey, no way. I'm taking my time now. It's kind of like reverse psychology here a little bit. Kurt Gray here today on Real Madrid. Let me mark that one down here for sure. Oh, man, that was what I was going to go with here, but Kurt likes it too. That's what I was going to use on the show. I mean, come on, everybody can use Real Madrid. Maybe I'll pivot and go to the total. All right. Thanks, Kirk. Good morning to you. And let's go right now, getting some pressure here to keep. I'm just trying to draw out the monologue here a little bit. We don't have a lot of sports to talk about. And, well, I've got a commitment here to the channel to get us going to fill the channel with some content here today. So I can talk certainly about the way things went down in yesterday's Major League Baseball games, but let's just do it as we go along and talk about the first game of the day with the Tigers taking on the Astros here in this one. You've got Holton here going up against Brown. Holton, the left-hander. And the Tigers got off to that early lead yesterday and made it stand for a convincing win and great pitching yesterday by Skubal, and Valdez was fine, but just didn't work out there early on. So Detroit goes up. They were the first ones. You guys mentioned it. The underdogs yesterday. Detroit gets it. Yeah, we had the under here as our pick. I'm going to try to come back again with Detroit. But look, I've already admitted I'm on the Astros in a futures play. So I'm going to have to take Detroit here on the run line. I'm not calling it necessarily a hedge in this one. I just really think that you've seen the work that this opener Holton has done so far. So if they can get off to a good start again, I'm not sure that look, the Tigers are red hot on the road right now. They've won 8 of their last 9 games here on the road. Astros have fared well, winning 14 of the last 20 matchups between these two teams. The total's gone over in 10 of Houston's last 15 games at home here. For Brown, he comes in with a 3.49 ERA. He's gone under 18 of his 30 starts here this season. And to me, definitely see handicappers here still favoring Houston one way or the other. Like I said, I'm on a Houston future. Doesn't mean they're not up against it here with the Tigers. So I'm just going to take the Tigers on the run line myself on the show. Hope that's okay with you guys here, but I'll have a premium in this one, so you can make your picks and comments with this game, and let's see what you got. So far, it's going to be Thomas here starts us off, and he's on the Astros in this one. Big number here today, $1.70 is what I have listed on the screen there. And, I think that's pretty much what it is for the most part. Maybe some of the square books are going up here a little bit to $1.80 even. R. Thompson likes the Astros on the run line. Dave told me, he said Scooble. Well, at least we had that premium on the under, or the pick on the show here on the under yesterday. And Jordan here, just a little bit of, the only thing is a little bit of concern that Jordan keeps, finding his way kind of to the injury report. I mean, he is good to go, but the fact that we needed a little bit of confirmation, it felt like yesterday. But all right, let's see what else. Hello to Philly Eagle Flyer today. Over here for Dave, I think, in this game. And let's see what else. Markel here. Let's see here. Oops. Lost my sheet. All right, sorry about that, gang. Lost my little sheet there in this one. So, all right. Take a look here. Oh, where did I leave off? Lost my place now, gang. The show is taking a terrible turn here. All right, here we go. Dave on the Tigers over. All right, there you go. Markel here. Markel 3-game series here in the little in the wild card. It's just a quickie here. You got to, all you need is the 2 wins, and remember these ones are hosted by the home teams. That's all there is to it. And, you got a 3-game series in Milwaukee, you got a 3-game series in San Diego, and that's it. You can clinch with 2 wins. All right. Patrick likes this one to be the Astros here. Kirk likes the team total over. Joe Alvarado, hello. And Robert likes Jordan to go over here. And Justin says he's still riding the Astros. You know what? It's almost like, hey, you got to take the Astros. They always win it. I mean, they've been doing it for years, no matter what's been going on. Lots of Houston support here today. I don't know if there's Malik. Hope it's Malik. Could be Malik, but nonetheless, I know you probably respond to both and then just correct me if which one you like. That's okay. Orlando says, how about Tuck to hit a home run? All right, and Twisted Tigers money line and over. I think that's why talk about the best of 3, right? That's why made it so important. A few of those positions there at the end. So Jerry with a great comment here. Thank you. Good morning to Marcus McCarthy here today. And Holton has struggled in his appearances here, says Terrell. And let's see here. M looks says, hey, you know what? If they do it here, that's it. All right. And let me see. I want to take a look at that Holton matchup here, certainly. But in general, it shouldn't be a terrible matchup. He should still hold advantages over Tucker and Hayward here. Good matchup here for Veerling, for Torkelson, but they're kind of secondary bats. Well, Veerling's not certainly, but Brown could hold advantages here on the splits, it looks like to me, against Keith, against Green, against Carpenter, against Perez. But Here's Fernando, Astros run line and under, and Thomas says, you know what, Houston's a consensus play. So, I'm against the consensus here. I think it's time to move on to the next game after that. A Philly Eagle Flyer first 5 under. Let's see, we got Markel here with a pick in the Monaco and Zagreb game. He likes the over here in this one, over 3.5 in the first half. I want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, because look at how many. Yeah, right. Because look at what it pays off. I was already liking the over in that game. It was going to be my pick on the show here because I think Monaco could certainly score too. Is it over for Houston? Is Detroit all this momentum right now? And let's see, Houston first to 5. That'd be big. Thomas is like the man with the double rainbow. What does it all mean? Sancho's on the Astros. All right. Wait, I hope that I'm on the. I said, well, you're the chat's on the consensus, but I'm on Detroit on the run line here. All right, next up. Hey, we can all win. I need Houston to win. That's just the thing. I think I'm favoring Detroit here right now a little bit. Just as a dog, I think the price is high, guys, to be honest with you. Detroit's been super awesome. Why wouldn't this game be, honestly, $1.30 or $1.40 here in the postseason? Detroit has been awesome. Brown is, very decent, but the Tigers have been pulling this bullpen shit off all month, all for the last 2 months. It feels like to me. So, maybe that East-West thing. What was that? EW122 place. Did I put something like that there? Okay, Thomas. I don't know what it is. But anyways, I'll take Detroit. Let's move on. Kansas City and Baltimore. I'm on a futures play here with Kansas City, and now they're up 1-0. So got to be feeling pretty good at that 40-1 price that I'm sitting on with the Royals. Look, it's going to be hard enough for the Royals to get it going, but just got to feel like I'm in a good position here right now. So I'm going to be playing the total in this one on the show with Kansas City and Baltimore to go under. Kansas City's gone under in 8 of their last 9 games on the road, including yesterday where we had a premium pick winner on the under. We also had the Royals here on the show. For Baltimore, they have still won 7 of the last 9 against the Royals coming into this one at home, and 11 of the last 15 games overall. But Lugo's been pretty good. Overlooked maybe a 3 ERA this season. He's gone under in 21 of his 32 starts this season. For Zach Eflin, he has a 3.59 ERA. Royals are 17-11 with Eflin on the mound. Lugo was, I think mostly felt like KC was more solid in going with Lugo than Baltimore took their time to announce Eflin as a starter here. I don't know if that's part of the handicap or anything, because certainly a lot of these Royals bats are set up nicely. I'm still going to go with the under at 7.5, but for sure, you'd think Witt, you'd think Sally, these guys have a decent matchup here against Eflin that I'm feeling like I'm liking this Royals situation a little bit, but I'm going to take the under as my play here on the show. I think won't be 1-0 again necessarily, but let's see what you guys have in this one with Kansas City and Baltimore here today. With first up is Twisted, I think, here with Royals money line and under. That's kind of the way I feel, I think, right now today. It's they have, the Orioles. This might be the one they get, but all right. Philly Eagle Flyer, Orioles. First 5 under. Thomas, Kansas City money line. He's ready to close it out. Dave says he likes the Royals in the first 5 in this one. And thank you to Jerry. Since they've gone to this, the Game 1 winner has gone on the last 2 seasons to win them all. All right, Tariq says, got to parlay the Tigers here with the Royals and O's under. Parlay those Tiger run lines. to the Royals O's under. And Jerry says these wild card games have been sick so far to the under, dating back. And the format's changed over the years. Remember, the wild card sometimes had a one-game format over the years. You see, this is an 8-year sample size there. So, Thomas, you have become very sophisticated, sir. Very sophisticated. All right. And my pick's on the under here in this one with Kansas City and Baltimore. I like Lugo's matchup. I don't think there's any real splits advantages here. I think it's actually kind of neutral with Lugo in the Orioles lineup, but I think that will be enough here in this one. I'm going with the under here on the show as my pick. And, we went with 4 premiums yesterday. I'm not sure we're going to have 4 premiums today. We might have 3 premiums today, so maybe 4, though. Please subscribe to those. Okay, Jerry says Baltimore team total over is his only play. All right. Next up, the Mets are going to take on the Brewers in this one. And what happened? Brewers, in 1 minute, they got off to a great start. It was wild, right, early on. And it looked like the Brewers had just briefly reassumed control. And then, boom, the Mets were all over these guys with a big inning. Next thing you know, they've got they got a snowman on the scoreboard. And now with Manaea going in this one, almost like a closeout, it feels like with Manaea. He's been so strong here in the second half. Is this season a 3.47 ERA, but the Mets are 23-9 with Manaea on the mound. He's been very, very good. Now, I think the Brewers were hoping for more from Montas when they picked him up here, but really, what is he? Is he really a postseason style pitcher? You could debate that Manaea also has his shortcomings, but the Mets in general, the way they are playing right now, team wise, it feels like to me I feel like they're almost playing at a near championship level here all of a sudden. So the Mets look pretty hot to me actually coming in. I'm really worried in this matchup for the Brewers. And I've got the Mets here to close this one out. Handicappers are relatively split here in this one. I'm showing a 13-10 on the Mets here, but they are heavy on the over in this one. And is that what we're going to get here today in this matchup? There's some pretty good advantages for the Milwaukee Bats here. Even though I'm taking the Mets here, I certainly like Terang right now. He is looking terrific at that top of the lineup. He's a threat. That's what I'll say about Bryce Terang here at this point. Also, say what you will about Garrett Mitchell, but he should have an advantage here. Maybe we haven't seen as much of late from Mitchell and Bowers as well. I'd like to see him. He has a good advantage here, but the Mets have their big advantages too. Maybe not as big as those, but just feels like right now the momentum, the way the Mets are playing, Lindor really looking good, looking healthy. That's important. And Nimmo, I think, has a great advantage here, and can't overlook right now everybody talking about Winker after the big triple there yesterday, and Winker might be able to do something here, I would think, again today. So, all right, let's see what you have. I'm going with the Mets here. I don't want to bury the Brewers here necessarily, Dave, and all my Wisconsinites, but I'm going to try the Mets to close it out. See what you guys have here in this one. New York Mets and over from Twisted gets us started. I'm right in line with Twisted today, it feels like. Ray likes the Mets in the first 5. Thomas going to say the Brewers come back, even this one up. Jerry says the Brewers starter, the Brewers bullpen. It just feels like a problem today. Justin has Frankie to get over 1.5 bases in this one. Fernando going over the team total here. Patrick says the Mets are going to be able to hit it long in this one. JW says I'm going to always talk about that Astro game. All right. And got to do Philly Eagle Flyer a solid here on his second inning bets. Jermaine says Mets team total and Mets money line. Team total over, and Mets money line. All right. Brewers here for Dave. He's just going to go with the home team. All right. And Mets basically split, Twisted says there, on those totals this season. And Tariq says, Ramon, you might have it wrong here. Or no, we do have a Brewers listed as the favorite there on the screen, right? I got it as a pick 'em, but I think that Tariq is right. I think we definitely have about a 115 here at least right now for the Brewers. They've moved to the favorite here a little bit. I think it was actually some, let me see, I think some steam. Let me update the baseball steam here this morning actually and see what's happened overall, because I know that some did come in here, and I think I was doing a monologue that went too long. So far, yes, the Brewers are the steam today. The Brewers definitely noted as widely reported steam, and the only other one is in the next game here that we'll go to right now, and it's going to be the Padres and the Brewers. Let's get to it. I'm on the Mets in that one. Did we get all the comments in from the Mets? Kirk says, will there be soccer talk? Yeah, you bet there will, my man. I'm going to have, after going 8-2 yesterday, I'm going to throw out some picks there in every game for sure. 8-2 with our show picks in Champions League here. All right, Bryce to go over. Here we go, Padres and Braves. After yesterday, you got Max Mad Cow Freed going here for the Braves. You got Padres with Joe Musgrove, and Dave knows we've been following Musgrove since he was a 14-year-old varsity pitcher. Dave and I have been following Joe Musgrove's career. In fact, I attended a game with Dave's dad that when Joe Musgrove was pitching in the All-Star Futures game, and we were proud to see the Grossmont High grad on the Petco Park mound pitching in that game, the game that they play on the Monday before the All-Star game, the All-Star Futures game, or I guess it's on Sunday. We went to that one together. I went with Dave's dad to see Musgrove pitch, and I think the thing with Musgrove is why he's been strong here in the second half. One, he has not been healthy, but he knows his body, he knows how to be in shape, and he knows to, he was ready to make the jump to help the team if it was necessary, but the Padres kept rolling, and it looked like they were going to be in the playoffs the whole way. He came back, in plenty of time to be strong and healthy, and I think he'll be pretty dynamite here. And I don't know if he'll be Michael King dynamite. That was pretty awesome. They asked me on the show on Monday night when I was on with Jimmy the Bag what I thought about Michael King going out there, and I said, hey, we got what we came for with King, and that's why we're rolling with him a little bit. Now, I wasn't going to predict that he was going to have double-digit strikeout, or maybe I did. Remember, the Braves were coming in with all that fatigue, but look at this price here now at $1.25. It's even lower than that now. The money's, I'm almost going to say we might get the Braves here. Is this steam coming in? Because this thing's moving drastically lower right now. The Padres here, $1.11 at BetOnline, $1.15 here at Stations Casino in Las Vegas, $1.13 at Circa. This one definitely, the move is on the Braves for sure. I'm on the Padres to close out, my man Justin and the Braves here. Look, to me, this is a pretty darn good price here for this Padres home team right now. Max Fried, hey, he could turn out the lights sometimes, but it does feel like that, for Fried, maybe not the dominant pitcher, not that he's ever been, but maybe he's just not what he has been. Still a great season. Don't get me wrong. 3.25 ERA this season for Fried. He's gone under in 19 of his 27 starts this season. This is going to be very similar, it feels like, to last night's game. Probably low scoring. The Padres were out hit, remember, by the Braves in the game. They just had the big-time pitching, and the bullpen, of course, came through in perfect fashion with Adam and Suarez yesterday. So it's just a good trio of pitching, and now you're going to get Musgrove here. Probably going to go just 5 or 6 in this one. It feels like let's turn over that awesome Padres bullpen here right now. Musgrove with 3.88 earned run average this season, but he did have his struggles, no doubt, before he was at least healthy enough to make this start here. And the Braves, they were probably always going to go with Max Fried here. Now, granted, I did say that the Braves should go with Bryce Elder yesterday, and they did not. I don't think the Braves were disappointed. The Braves, so to speak, with the way the pitching went, they were competitive in the game. You don't want to give up runs, but they were kind of up against it, and they started they started Smith Shawver, and although his pitches looked fine, except for the pitch, but just to me, I would think you would have wanted to go with more of a veteran pitcher in that game to start the game. And in fact, Elder never made it to the game here. Did they even include him on the roster? I got to wonder if they did. One note from yesterday with the Padres, I said Martin Perez would be available in the bullpen, but that's not the case. Perez has been left off the postseason squad for San Diego, but that's probably because Yuki Matsui will be on the roster, another really awesome guy in the bullpen here, it feels like at this point. So, and Higgy, they got Higgy with it. Padres hit a home run with Higashioka. All right, you guys can hit me up in the chat. Total's gone under in Atlanta in 6 of their last 7 games. Padres have gone under in 6 of their last 7 at home. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams at Petco have gone under, and San Diego's now won 5 straight at home. All right, let's take a look and see what you guys have today. Yeah, Jerry, I got my hard drives kind of going crazy here. I was hoping you guys weren't hearing that too much, but I'm gonna have to win here to get myself a new computer, I think is what it's gonna have to be. Or you could subscribe to my picks over on the Winnable app. Let's win. That's better. Here we go. Billy Eagle Flyer here. He was wondering, Ramon, how could you even take Brest yesterday? How did you know to go against Salzburg in that game? Sancho says he's on the Padres. Thomas is on the Padres. Kirk is on the Padres. Twisted's on the Padres. And Jerry says they'll continue to struggle here against left-handed pitching like they have all season. Well, they, might have certain player, but I would think with Arise, with Jackson Merrill, good splits advantages here, even down to Cronenworth. If we could just wake up here a little bit right now. At least yesterday he was able to reach and score a run, but I would think, though, that Musgrove has big-time advantages over a few of these bats. If Musgrove is on, certainly against Michael Harris, against Ozzie Albies, and against Matt Olson, I would think Musgrove will have a distinct advantage in the game, and that's going to make the difference for me. I've got the Padres to win. Ozuna going over in his total bases. Here's Twisted says, give me the Padres and over. Padres and under here for Tariq. Tariq and I are right on. Here comes Sharpie in here today. Thank you, sir, for coming in and giving us some great information. Really an honor to have you, my friend, here in the chat. Don't know. Odds Bunch is where Sharpie hangs out and gives his plays. He's on some other channels as well with some great cappers and hosts and does a great job. So thank you to Sharpie. And he's going to be filling us in on our man, Joe Musgrove. And, Joe holds a special place here, I know, for Sharpie too. All right, Dave likes the Padres here. And Dave talking about Fernando Tatis and his new muscles, kind of looking like Ramon out there. How am I getting this? I'm working my upper body more because I know that this is what appears on cam. My legs are shot. I mean, they'd say, if you saw me, they'd be like, hey, Ramon, leg day one day. All right. That's just what's happened here in Las Vegas. I've dropped playing softball. And not exercising, just doing upper body because I don't know what else it was too hot out there to play any sports, I think. I don't know. Okay, thank you, Sharpie, for that. Go ahead and leave that up there for a moment and look for some other plays from the chat. Jerry had a 4-leg prop parlay, just needed Machado to get a hit, but it didn't happen here. And Sharpie, in conclusion, says that Musgrove will shove here today, and I'm happy to hear that he's got his stats and algorithms shaded towards Musgrove here today. Like I said, I think the advantages over Harris and Albies and Olsen will be the difference in this game today. All right. And Patrick says he might like the Astros and Braves here, says Musgrove hasn't had big performances before. But here, I think the thing about Musgrove here was maybe he was first brought on to be. Now the Padres have a good trio of starters here. And Higgy became just the fourth Padres catcher to hit a home run in the postseason. I don't know if I can name the other three. I know one was Terry Kennedy. I know one was. I don't think Benito Santiago hit one back in. I think he was actually hurt, wasn't he, in that '84? How about Carlos Hernandez? Carlos Hernandez. I'm trying to think of Padre catchers that have homered in the postseason. All right. Thomas says the number 3 consensus play here is the Padres. I have missed one, actually, Thomas. I just have Houston and Padres right now. So let me know what's going on. Was it the Mets or what? Yeah, it had to be the Mets. No, I don't know. There was a lot of talk for the Brewers, though. Okay, thank you, Nunya. Appreciate you as always. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And Patrick's got a workout plan for me. Yeah, my legs. I mean, I'm shaking. I'm kind of like that UFC girl walking off the stage with my legs so crazy. All right. And Sharpie here says live under here, possibly even late if the Padres are leading once we get into that ass bullpen of the Padres. Meaning Scott and Adam and Suarez, or I suppose Adam, Scott, and Suarez. That ass in that bullpen. All right. I think that's going to do it for this one. And, guys, that's it for baseball. So it's almost it for the show, really. If you want to stick around, I'm going to have some more soccer picks here. We're going heavy in soccer today with our light card and our big record yesterday. Who else? Thank you, Sharpie, so much here. And Mikey here, he's got a little parlay action. The Baltimore, he's got the Baltimore, Detroit, Baltimore, Brewers, and Braves. 15-1 parlay. How about it? Terrell says Detroit and under at plus 350. Detroit run line and under plus 170. Hope I'm getting that right. Oh, let me see. He says, is it a mistake? Right, because run line there, it looks backwards or something, right? Because run line should be plus 350 if you're going to win minus a run and a half with Detroit, unless that was supposed to be Detroit plus a run and a half at under and then at plus 170. But that still would be, I think, just be careful when you take advantage of the books. I got in trouble with this. This is one thing I got, spoke up a little bit on X and said, hey, you know what? If you take advantage of mispriced lines on the book, not telling you to do so or not, Terrell, you may have enough, on your limits or whatever that you can just kind of sneak in plays on bad lines and stuff like that without anybody. I don't know how that works, but I got called out. But people always say, oh, I got banned from my sports book for some, and usually it's something like this, where, you put a max bet in on some, and I said on the internet, well, don't be surprised if you get banned from your sports book. And then some of the biggest names in sports betting came at me on that, quite frankly. And I basically acquiesced to what they were saying, said, okay, let's just blow up the bad lines and everything, but don't come complain to me when you get banned from a book. I remember what used to happen back in the day at some of the sports books. If you sent in, remember the old Greek.com, Heritage Sports now? Used to be if you sent in like an error, they'd put like 25 or 50 bucks in your account. Thanks a lot. Or maybe that was just me. Maybe I was cool. I don't know. All right, Robert goes under. Mets Nerfy here. And a few more statistics here from Sharpie today. I certainly appreciate it here. He's talking about Manaea there, I think, and then Musgrove. Oh, he's saying here that maybe the book isn't going to have it on the props list there. Okay. Thanks a lot, Sharpie, for stopping by, and obviously everyone aware of your great insight. So they're thanking you in the chat, and I do as well. All right, gosh, that's gonna do it for the baseball, man. But you know what? It was fun yesterday. I had no problem with it, and I think this little. Yeah, I'm glad they're not doing a one-game playoff anymore like they have for the last couple of years, like they said ever since the pandemic. But I think this round is really fun, and sometimes these early rounds are even more fun than the World Series for sure. So, all right, thanks, Dave, for being here as well for the baseball. I know Dave's not gonna probably stick around for the soccer, but I'm gonna preview the soccer action here real quick, and then we'll get on out of here today. And well, we crushed it yesterday, so I figured we'll give it another try today. We were 8-2 yesterday with our picks here on the show, although we did just go 1-2-2 is what I had it on the premiums. Correct me if I'm wrong, subscribers. I know a lot of people take pride in keeping their record, but for me, it's just a headache, quite frankly. Hopefully, I do the job for you and pass the eye test. With all due respect, I don't want to disrespect anybody. Don't keep the record like I used to back on the old sites, but kind of funny, that all the sports that I do dominate, such as tennis and some of the peripheral sports, as they like to call them there, one of the channels I was on, I used to dominate those, and I was kind of putting up some big-time records there. And well, they said that, they phased out some of those sports because, it does cost money to bring those in on a feed, have them graded and all that. But really, I don't know. I was putting up some monster records, and I think maybe I was running up the score a little bit. So let me touch on some soccer here today, and we'll get your picks as well. Let me know what you got here in this one. Look, Atalanta on the road here, going up against Shakhtar Donetsk. In this one with Atalanta here. They known to score a few goals, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case here today. I know Atalanta does score goals on the road, but you look at the first two games from these two teams, and I think it clearly, even Atalanta, I think it points to an under. They both had low score draws, obviously, in the last game here. I probably like Atalanta to actually win this game, but the price does look a little high here, either laying a half a goal at minus 160, or maybe you're considering the money line is going to be pretty much the same on the three-way here right now. Actually showing Atalanta now at some books of minus 1 at plus 110. That is interesting price to get a little bit of plus money. I'm going to take the under 2.5 as my play, and that may be bucking what Atalanta does on the road. But here against Shakhtar, I think this one's probably going to be 1-1 here, or maybe even 2-0. Maybe Atalanta can win 2-0 actually. 1-0 or 2-0 here. I think Atalanta, but let me go with the under just in case here. It is, I believe, 2.5 pretty much everywhere. I don't think you can get, there is 2 3/4 on the Asian handicap at Bet Online there at minus 115 to the under. So that might be okay too, but I might prefer the plus money here at under 2.5. And that'll be my play. The under here in this one. All right. Let's see. Oh, no doubt, Sharpie. Thank you for that. And great job yesterday, man. And people have been praising Sharpie's play-by-play there, too. And I'm really admire that and jealous almost, too, because I really love doing play-by-play. I've done, some play-by-play certainly in my life. And just awesome the way you have such good control over calling that game. Thank you, Sharpie. All right, Fernando says, what the heck is a soccer game? Never heard of it. Thomas gives us the plays here on the over. Want to say hello and welcome to Big Skip, and he's got a play for us today here in championship play. Let me see what the line is here and make sure that everyone can get on this now and make sure they don't miss it. Watford here is at Preston today, and he's got Watford over 1.5 goals. That's a team total here. In this one. This one's very closely rated. This one might have draw written all over it. Could we see this game be 2-2 today? It seems like it's going to be very close. And if Skip likes Watford over, maybe he likes Watford here to win as well. But I don't think you could tell me that one team was necessarily favored over the other. It feels like Preston maybe just a tiny favorite. It feels like it's even. For the most part. Fernando went Atalanta and over a big number there at 3.5. A little parlay action. Jermaine says, is this MLS? No. I don't think we're going to get to the MLS, but I'm going to have a package tonight of MLS plays. I would think with 14 games and a limited schedule, I'm going to have time to get down and dirty in Major League Soccer tonight. Okay, Twisted's got a bunch of plays here. Let's see if I can write these down here. Twisted likes Shakhtar. He likes Shakhtar. How about that? Okay. And let's see. He likes Girona in their game. I do too. I don't want to spoil it here. He likes Bayern Munich. I'm writing everybody's soccer plays down. It'd be too hard to write the other sports down. And what does he say? Also, he's got Atletico and Benfica over. So do I. Okay, better let me keep going then here, and so show you what I agree with. Okay, and Big Skip says, here in the champions, and some of these, right? Maybe we've gone too big, Big Skip, because look at some of these blowouts too. But Billy Eagle Flyer likes to beat TTS in the first game here. It looks like. And we got more plays here from Twisted. Is that what I'm looking at here with Liverpool to win and over for Twisted? Hope I write these down right and can read my chicken scratch. He's got Club Brugge to win today in this one. And what else? He's got Zagreb and Monaco, double chance. He's got Zagreb and draw. Okay, let's see here. Is that might be missing the boat on that one here a little bit. Watford coming off the game against West Brom here, I think is what he's saying. Twisted also with some more action, and man, I'm gonna get to all these games here. He's got Leipzig game to go under here. 2.5 for Twisted. He's got Lille and Real Madrid to go under here as well. All right, let me keep going here and get my plays out because I think we agree on some, but maybe we don't on others. Feyenoord and Girona. This one we saw Twisted already come out and say he liked Girona in this one, and I do too. I'm taking Girona here. Both teams lost their first game. So I'm going to bounce back here with Girona at home in this one. Feyenoord on the road does not feel very good right now. They've struggled on the road in the Champions League. So we'll feel like Girona is going to get at least 2 goals in this one. All right, Bayern Munich going up here against Aston Villa. We saw Twisted just say he liked Bayern Munich. And I know also, I think so did Mike Money yesterday also on Bayern Munich. So you got some big time support here for Bayern Munich here in this one. So let me just give out the over here at 3 over minus $1.35, a pretty high price, but that's going to be my play. I'm already telling you, I saw it on the show. I don't want to be wrong here. Mikey's hanging out in the chat and just not by his computer yet or something, but pretty sure I saw him give out Bayern Munich here yesterday on the channel. So I just saw Twisted do it as well. Sancho's doing it here as well. So, all right. And let's see here. Kirk says give him the under in this Bayern Munich game. Uh-oh. And I'm on the hello to Adam Beck here today. Thank you with your information here today. Kirk and I, a little bit of disagreement in this one. I'm on the over here. And it's going to be, obviously this is a storyline. I don't want to miss the storyline a little bit. I mean, Aston Villa playing really, I believe, their first home game in the, remember they won many moons ago. They had their greatest team ever, won the European Cup, and are they honoring them today, or are they just acknowledging that they finally are in the Champions League here with a home game? I think it's a big deal here. I know at Villa today for sure. So still, you got Bayern Munich coming in, going to be really tough, but not a huge line here at a -0.5 at -$1.35. All right. Fernando says, you know what? Look at this price. It's pretty decent, right? When you're talking about their money line and over 1.5. Thank you, Robert. Yep. Oh, they beat Bayern. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I could be a better host, I guess, and research it fully, but I was watching the coverage yesterday, and anybody who wants to bet this league and they don't know, or maybe they do know and they watch a game on the network too, but really you got to watch the Galazzo channel, the Galazzo show, where they just bounce around. It's like Red Zone Soccer. I just think at least one of your TVs, if you do them here, watch the Galazzo. You never miss a goal. They bounce around from goal, show game to game. So with a little scoreboard on the side too. So, all right, give me the over in Bayern Munich and Aston Villa. Club Brugge going up here against Sturm Graz, and I see goals here. Both teams lost in their first game this season. You figure Club Brugge, they give up a ton of goals here probably. Now I know against Sturm Graz it might be a little different, but I just feel like against each other, more of a chance it's going to be a higher scoring game than a lower scoring game with these two, not the elite teams certainly of the Champions League. So Club Brugge, they're not very good as a favorite either. So I'm going to go probably with a over here in this one. Maybe it'll be 2-2. I know Twisted said he liked Club Brugge. I can't lay this, I don't feel like, with a Club Brugge team that doesn't seem to win as a favorite in this league. So I know Sturm Graz, they've got some issues here, really just trying to learn the ropes a little bit, it feels like, but I'm going to end up on the over here as my play. In fact, how about 2-2? How does that sound for an exact score line here in this one? I know Mike Money did say draw in this game, so I think I can tie it into what he was saying. I already kind of was going over here with this one, so I'm going to go 2-2, tie it in. I know Twisted's on Club Brugge. I want to acknowledge that. And let's see here. That's it for that game. All right. Here is Atletico Madrid going up against Benfica. Look, Twisted is on the over. I'm already on the over, I think, in this one. I think Benfica. Look, Madrid, Atletico Madrid is favored in this game, but they don't play that well on the road right now in the Champions League. Now, maybe the competition's been a little bit stiffer. Benfica, not terrible. They won their first game, and I don't think at this price I can pass maybe on Benfica. They're a pretty darn good underdog. I'm just going to take the over here at 2.5 here in this one. Let me check the price and make sure, but that's what I want to do. And go over with Atletico and Benfica. Yeah, 2.5 over 15. I'm going to like that one today. Both teams 1-0 coming in. And here is Billy Eagle Flyer, likes it as a draw today. So I guess I'd need 4 goals there to get this one home. And I don't know, could be. There we saw goals certainly yesterday in some of, All right, let me, Robert here, under in the first half maybe of the Benfica game. Okay, I'll heed that a little bit. And let's keep it rolling right now with Monaco going to take on Zagreb here in this one. We saw Markel say he liked the over in this game, and well, I agree with Markel. Let me at least give Markel a 3 over 25. That might be, um, well, I mean, it's pretty much 3 over 25 anyway, everywhere. I guess we could get down on some 2 3/4 at uh, maybe a little bit more expensive price as a favorite, but I'll score it for me at 3 over 25. Maybe you like it 2.5 heavily juiced. I think it might be even minus $1.50 or higher in this one. But also, Twisted said he liked that double chance on Zagreb in this one. Zagreb did lose. Obviously, it wasn't an easy game in the first game of the season here, but Monaco, they're not a very good favorite. They are 1-0, but man, they are a little bit rough around the edges here. But I would think Monaco, they do get involved in some scores here, no doubt, in the Champions League. They probably go more over than under. Does feel like so. Zagreb sometimes, does have a little bit of trouble scoring, but I don't think they're going to necessarily here. All right, here we go. Take Griezmann to score for him at 3-1 for Madrid. All right, next game up. Oh, maybe we have one more pick here. Let me get to it. Jermaine, no, I'm not going to have any picks on the preseason, but we will have some on the app. I'll be sending them out again. I'm going to take my chances here with maybe a heavy card again. There's only 5 games. And I'm just going to send out NHL. NHL needs – I got nothing early. NHL is, hopefully within 2 hours of game time on NHL preseason. And it's mostly market-based for me. I read the beat writer story for the game going in, and then I look at the market move pretty much. Don't even worry almost about – I start to look at wins and losses a little bit, see how the teams are focused on the preseason, but – mostly market move. Not all steam tails though, for sure. Okay, thanks for that, my friend. All right, and you get high volume with me, so subscribe to my picks and roll with me. Roll with Ramon. Maybe we're gonna call it something else. All right, here we go. Got a couple more here. Bologna taking on Liverpool. We saw Twisted. He said he liked Liverpool and the over here in this one. So give me Liverpool. I do like them to roll here right now. Yeah, I've got to cover 2 goals here at even. Maybe I can take them down a little bit here at 1.5 or 1 3/4 if you want to get that. Hopefully get that win today against Bologna. I would think Bologna. I mean, will they even score? They did have a draw last time. There in their first game. Liverpool obviously looked so strong in that game, and I would think here Bologna might have some problems. It's just a matter of Liverpool. I'm worried about the total. I want to play this, and I think 3-0 is about all I can really stand. Max here, it feels like, but I'm going to just take Liverpool. Twisted like Liverpool and over, but man, I'm just not sure Bologna can score. All right, let's see if you have anything here in this one. Yeah, Jermaine. Let me show it here, Jermaine. Here, I know I show it every show, but again, not everyone is out here selling picks. I do, so you can get more picks from me over at winnable.com/Ramon, and I'll have a free package. What I'll try to do today for this is send out my VIP picks, the free picks today. I really didn't realize I didn't have you signed up. I can't believe that, Jermaine. But again, I have a free account over there, and I send out a couple of packages every day. So maybe I will do the Champions League picks. I'll move them to the free. I think I had them on the pay service yesterday, but we went 1, 2, and 2. So let's move it to the VIP picks instead of the premiums today until we can turn it around there. We were 8 and 2 on the show. So, all right. Yeah, Fernando, I kind of agree with that. But remember that it's really all about the TV. Thomas, I'm a bologna guy. I'm bologna all the way. In fact, my bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. All right. Uh, thanks a lot, you guys. Taking a look here. A few more games, real quick. With Real Madrid taking on Lille. We saw Kirk. He said he liked Real Madrid. And you know what? I mean, I know it might be a chalky, squarish deal here, with all due respect to Kirk, but I'm going to do it as well here in this one. Twisted said he liked the under, and well, that one probably is going to be on that VIP list actually today, because I think I do too as well. You see the total there, 2.5 over 45. So that means you probably could find some realistic threes out there as well. But it just depends what kind of money you want to make here. Maybe it will be under 2.5 in this one. Maybe Real Madrid wins this one 2-0 today. Could possibly be the result when you try to look at the score and maybe what I'm thinking and what Team Steam is thinking here in the chat. Lille definitely goes under in Champions League games at home. There's no doubt about that. They've got to pack the back here if they're going to have any chance to salvage a point in this game with Real Madrid. So they're going to look to just try to keep it scoreless as long as they can before they have to try to attack if they need to get. That's Robert, I think, is seeing the same thing that I am here right there. But look, see what happens there in the set. No, Thomas, I'm just talking about like a bologna sandwich, like a little kid bologna sandwich. That's what I like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can do any sandwich, but if I'm in a hurry and I'm like, I'm bologna. All right, a few more here. Let's go with I think we got one more here, right? Yeah, one more. Juventus and Leipzig here in this one. Twisted said he liked the under. Oh, man. I was actually concerned with that pick. I might be going the other way. I'm not sure. But there's no doubt that Liverpool plays pretty strong. Leipzig.
Final.
Leipzig here at home against Juventus. They're probably going to have to, also slam it there a little bit. Leipzig is actually favored here in this one. Let me make it clear. And they are terrific in the Champions League as a favorite. So, Juventus, they won their first game. I thought they looked pretty good. Leipzig, I didn't think that was great. I think they underachieved for sure. So I'm feeling a little bit contrarian here. I'm going to take Juventus in this one to win. Maybe I'll grab them here plus a half a goal at -1. Oh, God, is that -150? Whew. Leipzig, though, at home, they do have some high-scoring games in Champions League, so I know Twisted said under. Let me just go with with Juventus here. This is going to be my underdog here. I don't know if I had any other underdogs. Did I? That's kind of scary. Well, I went with mostly totals. So totals, and then I went with the superpower favorites here, it feels like. All right. Maybe 2-1 Fernando. I don't know if he's talking about this game or the last game, but appreciate you guys today here with me on the show. I feel like I want to do Major League Soccer now. I've got my MLS ready to go here, actually, but I'm going to save it for the picks here today to go out. Maybe I'll use the MLS for the subscribers today, but I'll send out my Major League Baseball picks as well. Please follow me over at the Winnable app here in this one. Robert, thank you, Robert. Says Leipzig might be just a little bit too wide open offensively here. That is probably why. I think that's what he's saying here, and that's why I might be playing the total over here, actually. It feels like, oh, look at this. Philly Eagle Flyers got a little MLS. Give me your MLS, you guys, if you want today, and maybe I'll use it as a premium. Philly here, Philly Union against Orlando today. They're probably getting a half a goal on the Asian handicap. And, man, you guys like soccer so much. I'm so glad. Let's see, Philly plus a half at maybe even plus $1.10 here in this one, it feels like. So, okay, Jermaine. And let me show you, let me real quick. I'll just wrap up the show here with it, Jermaine. You can take a look. Really very easy here. It's something you can get in your browser. You just go to winnable.com there/Ramon. It comes up just like this, right? I'm on my iPhone 10 here or whatever. I'm going to get the iPhone 16. All we need is a few more winners and subscribers too here. Anyway, or new computer, new hard drive. What do we need? We need everything here on our new channel. Anyway, when you go from selling your picks from $25, $35, and $45, and then you start selling them, for $2.50 a day, I'm not in it for the money. So subscribe to the picks here. Also, though, for Jermaine, you got the free picks here for $0, and this is where I send out my secondary and tertiary plays, if you will. You're going to get my best plays with the paid package here, the ones that I feel the most strong about. There's $20 a month. Going to get usually between 2, 3 to 5 updates a day with my picks, including big time on college football weekend. That'll get you through 30 days at 67 cents a day or something like that. With me, and it's really just me typing in the stuff, right? Imagine you're just paying for my labor, because I'm not like an angry dock worker making 150. Shout out to all of our dock workers on strike. I know you make $150,000, and you're going to cripple the United States here in just a little bit, but I wish you wouldn't do that. Also, the subscription here for $0. That's where you're going to get my other plays, such as I didn't play the KBO playoff game last night, but I know that Ron probably did. But you get my Asian baseballs coming down to the end. Also get my free hockey here with this. Went 5-3 yesterday. Probably send out some hockey here today as well. And it's all through Stripe. If you get the subscription here through Apple Pay, Google Pay, it's all through Stripe. I mean, that's one of the most widely used e-commerce sales platforms now. So I feel really good about that and really secure with that it's all good and you're not going to be charged anything you're not. I mean, it's Stripe, you have customer service and all that, no problem. Here, we've even had chargebacks for people who have not had a good experience here. But hopefully you realize that you're just paying to support me here on the channel. Keep coming back every day here on the Morning Steam. And I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. We'll preview NFL, football for sure, as well as our 2 football games with Texas State. What conference are they going to be in the Mountain West here? Also, Sam Houston going up against UTEP. So we got some Texas football here for sure. A little bit of Troy in there as well. So Southwest football is what it feels like tomorrow. That's what we'll have here on the show, as well as Major League Baseball continuing, and get you ready for the sports weekend here on the show. All right. That's going to do it. I'm going to go head out. I'm going to be sending out some plays via the Winnable app. Check it out. Use promo code STEAM to save 20% on all those packages here. I might even make it higher. Like I said, it's not certainly about the money. It certainly helps, keep me afloat here as far as doing the shows, producing the shows, coming on and everything like that. And I just hope you're enjoying the experience with me here. And you can see this is how the plays look when they come in, Jermaine, right there. I just sent them out to you. Pretty clear and concise, just typed in. Pretty good. I'm pretty solid on that. I never change the results. It's fully editable. But when you're already sending it out to dozens of subscribers, it really does you no good to change anything. There may be a correction here or there for a typo, or if I put the wrong team in, but I'm not ever going to try to disillusion you. I'm giving you the picks, man, and I want you to come at me. If I have bad picks, say, you need to do this, Ramon. You're not doing this enough, Ramon. You're going to find that I'm on a happy balance of favorites and underdogs for the most part. That's the way it is when you have a high volume market handicapper like me. So if you want to roll with Ramon, follow me over at winnable.com. Don't forget, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific today, it'll be pre-gaming with Mike Money. He'll preview the late baseball game tonight. What else are you going to do, Mike? Poor Mikey. Got to talk probably for a full hour here, and I'm sure he'll come up with some good content today. But with all these baseball games going off in the daytime, I feel bad for Mikey Money. I guess there's 2 late games today. They're a little bit more staggered today. So a couple of night games here today with the Mets and the Brewers and the Braves and my Padres. Try to wrap it up. against Justin's Braves. All right, gang, thanks so much for listening to me, and that's going to do it. I'll send us out with the comments and the music. And where's Peasy? Am I ever going to get a new? So I'm sorry I can't use that other song anymore, Peasy, if you're out there. All right, who else we got? Anybody else as I get on out here? I'm looking for some comments. Thank you to Jermaine and Thomas and Billy Eagle Flyer and Robert McCormick as well. And oldie here, Fernando. We do, more soccer because of Fernando and Gerardo. Where is Gerardo today? Jermaine has no, we can't be friends on Facebook. Twisted also on that. Man, that game's getting hot action here, huh? Really and over. Looks, get the bag. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And that'll do it. Oh, can I make a hashtag? Let me see if I don't know if it might be the wrong. I might be the hashtag under the wrong account, but I want to do it. See, I don't know. I don't even know which one it's going to come up as here. Oh, okay. The sports money. That's me. That's not Mikey. But I did the LFGSD. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. Hey, click on the QR code in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you directly to my winnable page. How about that, Jermaine? Click on that QR code, and that'll take you right to the winnable page. All right, that's going to do it here for the morning steam catch tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long. Have a great day.